stand? Will they fuck it all up or will they save the land? Treachery, vanity, loitering and worse. They are their own worst enemies. These fuckers don't need no cause. Authors and dragons. Authors and dragons. Their powers combined, a group of fantasy authors take on a sadistic games master. Will they survive? Does a dire bear shit in the dire woods? Authors and dragons! Authors and dragons!
Hey there, I'm John Hartness, and I'll be playing the role of Fandingo the Fantastically Feathered, and Singed at the moment. In real life, I write multiple series, including the Black Knight Chronicles, the Quincy Harker Demon Hunter novels, and the Bubba the Monster Hunter series of novellas and short stories, the most recent of which, Houses of the Holy, is available now for your purchasing pleasure. I also have an Indiegogo running right now for some Bubba the Monster Hunter audiobooks, so look that up and then give me all of your monies.
Hello, I'm Joe Brassi. I play the role of Bjorg Bjornsson, enthusiastic and violent barbarian. I was an author on the Mongoliad books. My novels Skyfarer and Dragon Road are available from Angry Robot Books and anywhere books are sold. And the forthcoming Prince of Clay, about which more will be announced soon. I am the author of a number of non-existent titles that you should listen to back episodes to get, because I ain't got nothing fucking today.
Hey everyone, I'm Rick Walteri, and I play Silas Kane, the illustrious paladin of a god he can't pronounce. And in real life, I write several series, including Toma Bill, Hybrid of High Moon, Bill of the Dead, and my most recent release, which is Kraken Hunters, the final book in the Crypto Hunter trilogy. Go check that shit out.
Hello, friends. My name is Robert Bevan. I play the role of Bullseye Klaus, the notorious rogue. In real life, I write the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels and short stories, starting with the first book, Critical Failures. I also write many of the Shingles stories, including the most recent release, The Wing. Go get it.
Hi there, my name's Steve Weverill, and I play Brandon Firemaster, sexually attractive monk, sexually attractive puma. Some things never change. In real life, I write such books as the Doomsayer Journeys with Falstaff Books. I've also recently released, with co-author E.M. Kaplan, Brandon Firemaster and some other guys. So if you want to read a Brandon Firemaster adventure, and I know you do, go check that out.
Hey everybody, I'm Drew Hayes, Dungeon Master, Ringmaster of this ever-parading shit show through the lands, writer of books such as Superpowers, NPCs, Fred the Vampire Accountant, Villain's Code, the latest of which, Bones of the Past, is available in ebook and print and is coming out this month in audio. Granted, it's the 30th of this month, but it's still March, so it still counts. And hey, on the subject of time, did you know that last week you missed a chance to do a Power Hour with us in the Patreon? Because that was something we did. We had fun. We celebrated some birthdays. We just had a good old time. If that is the sort of thing that is up your alley, then you should probably start hanging out on the Discord, available through our Patreon, patreon.com/authorsanddragons. Now then, with the plugging done, I think it's time that we turn back to the events of our adventurers, which, since it's been a little bit thanks to a snowstorm since last we played, I will refresh that the party had found a Jinn hanging out on some rocks. They had scuffled. They had done well, but not come away unscathed. And then the Jinn peaced out. And now we resume. Now suddenly Jinnless.
Oh. Do we still have any juice?
I don't know how many spells you have left, Fandango. That's up to you to know.
Laid back with his mana on his mind and his mind on his mana. That was a nerd/90s hip hop joke there. Not a great start to the game.
Or is it?
And since I'm a giant redneck, I'll go ahead and mention that I have a great bluegrass version of that song.
Okay, we killed it. Let's move on.
Yeah, all right. So, the The fire elemental's dead. The djinn has left. And I am fucking torched. So...
Do we know that it left, or, from our perspective...
It has vanished.
Yes, from our perspective, might it have vanished because of my last arrow?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All you know is it has vanished.
You're welcome.
Gordon mentioned about plane shift, and I don't know why, but I find that much more credible than Klaus's theory, that his stubborn refusal to fire anywhere near the djinn somehow scared it off.
Klaus did critical damage to the sky.
No, I'm not saying it scared it. It destroyed it. It obliterated it.
Yeah.
Not even matter is left.
Sure.
Well,
All I know is that there's a cloud somewhere above us that's really hurting from those arrows.
While Klaus dislocates his shoulder, patting himself on the back, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
All right. Roll that beautiful wound footage. Oh, God, that is not...
Use a second-level spell slot to get back 10 hit points.
I can pat myself on the back with my foot. So.
That's a good point. You're the perfect animal to do that.
As you are doing this, let's see here. Silas and Bjorg, you are going to be shifting back to your animal forms here pretty shortly, since we're moving out of combat and you have less than a minute left. So, did you have any body-specific actions you wanted to take before you returned to being a boar and a horse specifically?
Yes. While I still have opposable thumbs, I want to climb the fuck down.
I was wondering if you would think
Damn
of
it.
that.
I was sort of hoping you wouldn't, but...
A horse on a high dive was going to be a pretty fun moment for everybody. But I guess we'll just have to settle for an athletics check.
22.
Ah, damn, you did well. All right, well, you can climb down.
I know, it disappoints me too whenever Silas manages to not maim himself.
Could have been some real life, well, not real life, but like D&D version of real life Skyrim.
Real life horseplay.
Yeah, well, just horse on a mountain
God
going
damn
fucking
it.
crazy.
Oh, we are fucking killing it with the jokes today, gentlemen.
Although, if you're standing close to Klaus, the concept of taking an arrow to the knee, I don't know, it could happen.
I used to be an adventurer till some crazy fuck shot me in the knee for no reason. Yeah, that's probably a story that follows him around.
It's not even the guy who shot me that was weird. It was the weasel sucking its own dick behind him.
That's
The slurps still haunt me to this day.
That's how we get you.
that's some high quality NPC dialogue. If there are any game developers out there, that's how it's done.
You'd never stop thinking about that guard. You get to like level 100, kill a dragon god, and just sit there being like, but what the fuck?
I mean, most of the time when I think about this podcast, the phrase "what the fuck" does come to mind.
And rightly so. Bjork, did you have any body-specific actions before you poofed back to Bjorg, the Bjor?
I don't think he has anything specific to do except sulk about the fact that he didn't get to kill that djinn. He's pretty salty.
Sorry, man. I had to put the party first.
You did not kill it! Actually, would Bjorg know that?
Nobody knows.
I should probably make an intelligence check or something.
So apparently Gordon did say something about plane shift, so I would say give yourself a perception, and then that will inform the intelligence.
Okay, let's see.
Because at least you would get a chance to choose between some different theories.
21.
Go ahead and give yourself advantage on that intelligence check.
Okay, that's a 7. Actually, no, it's 13.
13. You're pretty sure that Gordon is more right than Klaus, but with a 13, you're not 100%. You've seen weirder shit.
I don't know. I figured by now that we would assume like anything is more right than Klaus.
Not Silas.
Oh my goodness.
Low-hanging fruit, yo.
All right. Unless anyone else has anything, I am going to turn Bjorg and Silas back into their animal selves. My flesh!
You're short again.
I don't like this.
It's so much harder to brand my genitals this way.
No, don't! I didn't need to envision that.
I still have Firebolt I can cast. I'll brand your genitals if you want me to.
Now that's friendship.
Hold that thought. We'll see how the day ends.
I also have Acid Splash, so I can just burn your balls right off if that'll help. I'm a giver.
Sweet, sweet pain.
Wow.
Anytime you want me to set you on fire, Silas, I am here for you.
You're a true friend, Fendingo.
I know. I mean, hell, I do it for Bjorg all the time without him even asking.
Don't forget to transfer your damage onto your animal tokens.
Oh, yeah.
Transforming does not heal you.
So I'm really low on spells.
Alternate suggestion. I was just thinking for Silas, if he wants genital pain, try to jerk off with your hooves.
Good night, everybody.
I'm just saying, it'll be immensely painful for you, but the rest of us will laugh our asses off.
I was going to say, wouldn't it be easy to use, Bjork's tusks?
Yes.
Now I'm mostly just picturing the weird, clip-clop rhythm of a horse running or walking, but, getting weirdly sexual as it's a clear, masturbation arc.
Well, a horse is a horse, of course, of course!
Jesus.
All right, let's get off this fucking map.
Oh, I just will burst.
Oh, nice one. All right, Drew wins that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if win is the right word for what just happened.
No, you don't know if you want to win that one, but yeah, you won.
Yeah.
I think we've all lost.
Fair enough. All right, so you would like to move beyond the map, I believe someone said.
I
Yes.
would like to rest, but I don't want to rest right here.
I agree. Let's let our spellcaster rest.
I think that there's a 2% chance that thing isn't dead or gone.
You're a pigeon. You can rest on one of our backs as we walk.
Oh, I was planning on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I already performed my vigorous sports massage, so my hit points are back up. I'm still not confident that Klaus destroyed that Ifrit. I think there's a chance it might come back, and it might come back with friends.
So running away sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we sure know Klaus is not coming back with friends.
That's true. Klaus has no friends. But, I don't know if anyone's noticed recently, but we seem to have done something to really annoy demons. Or maybe they're just assholes all the time. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's kind of part and parcel of being a demon.
Well, I don't like to make assumptions about people based on their species, but...
You did that all the time before you were a cat.
Yeah, but now I'm a cat, and I enjoy feeling superior to other people.
Cats are all assholes.
I have to carefully balance my need to be a jerk against my need to be better than you. So this is just where I am right now.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know if we've done something to upset demons, or just they're always upset. Either way.
I mean, there's a horrible horse out there somewhere that I'm pretty sure has beef with us.
Hey.
What is the horse doing with beef?
Silas is standing right there, man.
And any beef I have is just because you're a filthy sinner.
There's a terrible horse out there. Turn.
Fucking worst horse out there.
There's a horrible horse out there that has beef with us. And then there's the demon horse.
There's that horse that we all hate, and also the one that's a demon.
Something to keep in mind. The other animals aren't the only thing on this animal island we've got to worry about.
Good point. All right, let's leave.
Let's go.
Which direction where were we going?
For purposes of the map, you guys are heading either up. Up is the clear one. Over is like just goes straight into cliff, and then to the right, I believe, is sandstorm,
Up it is.
which y'all were avoiding by going for the fight.
No sandstorm.
We're not real smart.
Okay, if you guys want to continue to press north, go ahead and give me a survival, because again, you are navigating a desert.
Gotta find the body.
Fandingo, give yourself advantage on your survival.
Oh, well then I get an 18.
Okay.
That's a 15 for Bjorg, actually, because I forgot to add his bonuses.
Klaus rolls an 11.
Silas rolls an 11.
Brandon Firemaster rolls a 21.
Okay. Then you all can successfully navigate through the desert without getting lost or wandering into a sandstorm by accident. And as time wears on, you all soon spy some rocks in the distance. But it's something to move toward. And as you draw closer, you can all give me perceptions.
14 then.
Klaus rolls a 7.
Silas also gets a 14.
Brandon Firemaster rolls an 8.
Bjorg rolls a 22.
All right. So Klaus and Brandon Thighmaster, you just kind of see some lumpy shapes, but you both have a bit of sand kind of swirling around. You're not like blinded or wandering off, but you don't get more than just, hey, there's some shapes as you're walking toward it.
Ooh.
Fandingo and Silas, you can both make out boulders and what looks like sort of the shapes of trees, but that's all that you can get. Whereas Bjorg, you can notice that there are an array of boulders, some strangely shaped hunks of stone, and a array of twisted, kind of barren trees, along with what appears to be a large mound in the center.
That's quite the divot. We come closer to a body.
Those are some lumpy shapes.
Good luck with whoever has to fill that bowl.
Klaus can shit a lot. I have no question that he can fill that bowl.
Why don't we go ahead and do initiatives for moving around in this terrain?
That's not ominous at all.
No, not in the slightest.
Brandon Firemaster gets a 16.
Bjorg gets a 6.
Klaus gets a 23.
Very nice. Okay, then that means, Klaus, you are up first.
Finally, my dex pans out. I don't want to be first. All right. Klaus will move to the big lumpy shape over to the northeast. How tall is this? All right, I'm just going to move there because it's within range. If I can't climb up it, then let me know. How tall is this rock I just moved to?
We're going to say the rocks are about ranging between 10 and 15. So the one you're on is one of the bigger ones, so that's a 15.
Is that like steep or is it climbable for a weasel?
You're going to have to do an athletics check to try and climb it.
All right, I'll do that.
Unless you have anything weasel-based that helps you with that.
Oh, natural 20.
All right, yeah, you just scamper right the hell up that thing. You do a little somersault.
Can I take a perception or is that all my stuff?
No, you've only used your move, so you still have action.
All right, I will percept.
Roll it up.
21.
Okay, so from where you are, you can see that the height of the mound kind of ranges. It's not like a perfect sphere, so it's roughly around 20 feet high at the lip. Some parts it kind of dips down into like the 17 feet because it's kind of craggy, but generally speaking, you can see that the lip is just a little bit above where you are standing relative.
All right, there's some kind of inverted land nipple up there.
All right, the inverted land nipple map it begins. Fandingo.
So I'm going to fly 20 feet up and 40 feet forward, right between these two smaller sets of rocks, and I'm going to look around.
Okay, give me a perception.
20.
Gotcha. Okay, then you are cresting right at the lip, so you can't really see in. But with a 20, you can make out that there are several of the twisted trees, the array of rocks, and then you can also notice that, the boulders are just sort of boulders. It looks like they've been arranged, maybe, but they still look like boulders. The obelisks that you note kind of surrounding the crater, those are definitely made by some sentient being, be it elf, dwarf, human, what have you. These were constructed as opposed to the boulders.
Somebody stuck these rocks in the dirt for a reason. Just putting it out there. Don't put bodily fluids on the obelisks, please.
What if that was the reason?
Until we know that it won't kill us.
What if not doing that kills us?
I'll take my chances, because then I'll die not immediately seeing your dick.
Dare to
We all
dream.
know that's not going to happen.
I can dream, goddammit. That's it for me.
All right. Brandon Thighmaster, you are up.
Okay, the rock hopping seems like a sensible option, so I will use my improved movement to dash casually up the nearest rock to my 11 o'clock.
Right, and you have the monk thing so you don't need to roll. You can just straight up do that.
And I will hop onto these smaller rocks down here.
For that, I will want an acrobatics just to make sure you don't eat total shit.
No worries. Well, we'll see if there are any worries. Acrobatics. 21.
All right, yep, you're fine.
Alright, so far so good. Do I have any action left to just wing a perception in there?
Yeah, I mean, again, so movement is its own thing, action is its own thing. Unless you decide to double move, you've got an action.
Well, let's play this carefully. 14 perception.
Yep, you are about 10. So you're standing between two of the larger boulders on the slightly smaller boulders, so you don't have a great view of the obelisks, but you can definitely see the twisted trees, you can see the crater itself, and you can see some of the obelisks over on the far end, but yeah, you can't really see a whole lot that you haven't already clocked at this point.
I will relay that back to the rest of the team. Everything seems to be fine. Nothing ominous or weird about this at all.
That's usually when something knocks the ever-loving fuck out of us.
I can't guarantee for any period in time after I stop talking, but so far everything's looking great.
That's totally fair.
Almost as if right on cue, Stallion of the Gods. It's your turn.
Everybody's acting so reasonable, so I think I'm going to fix that. So I will take one move up to there, and then I will take a double move and jump into the depression.
What's your movement?
40.
You can get to it, and then you have to climb 20 feet up. So that's 35. Okay, so I think you can do it. You can just get over the lip, but you're definitely going to have to give me an athletics check for that.
Sure. 12.
That is enough that you can keep your feet planted and you can make progress, but not enough that you are going to be able to actually make it all the way up.
All right.
You were just up on it on movement as it was, so with the slowed down speed. But you are in action to race into it, so...
Damn it, Bevan.
That's even funnier because he didn't realize he did it. Yeah, Bob. How dare you?
What?
All
right, Bjork, you're up.
All right. Well, Silas just did what I was gonna do. So, there's just gonna make my way towards the edge. I can't leap, so maybe try to.
I mean, you can try to. I don't know how much movement you have, but you can also make the athletic checks to try and climb.
I might not have enough footage. I've got 40 feet of movement unless I do double movement. So I guess.
Yeah. Either way, if you wanna have even get close to that thing, you're gonna have to double move.
Yeah, double. I'll just double move then.
All right. From where you were, it looks like it was 55 to actually reach the crater, and then another 20 to get up would be 75, and you have 80, so you can do it. But like Rick, you're gonna have to roll good enough athletics to keep your full speed.
All right, let's do this. That is a 23.
Yeah, over 20 will do it. You can climb at normal speed up the slope, and you can pop over, and you can land.
All right, see anything?
More dirt. Or
Dirt.
Dust, I should say. Yeah, what's it? Sand. It's a desert. Sand.
I don't like sand.
It's all the same crap.
Ground.
Just particulates of earth, man. What do you want?
Not sand.
All right, Klaus, you are up.
Klaus has got a nice vantage point here. He's gonna hang back and see what the fools trip over in the big nipple.
Sensible.
All right, Fandango.
All right. So I'm going to fly 20 feet straight up and 20 feet over to right out. That should put me right about here. And now I want to look down in the inverted nipple.
Okay, so you are at about 40 feet now, correct?
Yeah, I'm 40 feet in the air.
Okay, so
And
you are...
I want to pay particular attention to the obelisk and the nipple hole.
Okay, I'll go ahead and give you this much because you would have it. You are about at the top of the obelisks. So if you're at 40 feet, you're like, oh, this is just pretty much right about where the obelisks tip out at.
Then
Now,
perception.
John's looking for milk in the desert.
22. If there's any milk, I'm finding it.
Okay, so with 22, you can see that the obelisks, they're worn smooth, and, it's impossible to tell whether they once had arcane etchings or anything on them, just because sand has clearly eroded them to the point where they are just smooth stone. There's one that has fallen over. The rest are all uniform. They're all at the same height. They're all clearly very well and precisely made. Then paying attention to the actual crater itself, you can see basically mounds of sand inside. It kind of dives down, but because you got a 22, you can also see that, the sand has blown over something. There's something else in there, with like little bits of it poking out. But it's kind of the same color as the sand. You're not able to get more than just the idea that there is something in there.
I am 1,000% certain that Brandon is at the bottom of that well. Go get him, boys.
The well being the depression.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon's at the bottom of the nipple hole, guys. Go get him.
Well, in a funny timing, Brandon, how would you want to react to that?
General confusion, I suppose. Well, I suppose I should go up there and see what he's squawking on about. I will hop to the rock to mine 12 o'clock, and I wonder if I can make a jump onto the top of that obelisk. For no other reason than it would be cool.
So you will need a quick acrobatics for your hop to the bigger rock.
22.
You're good. You're going to have to look up your specific jump height because the obelisk is tops out at 40 feet. Oh, well, right, never mind. Yeah, you can do the running thing. So, yeah, I guess so long as you hit it running, then you could run right up it.
That is a thing that cats do. I've seen them do that. Right. Anything you want me to roll for that?
Acrobatics for the jump.
Let's see how well this goes. I've had two pretty good acrobatics. I'm due a clunker. Ooh, natural 20.
Oh my god. All right, wow. With a natural 20, we'll let you you hop up, you race to the top monk style, and we'll even say you curl up right around the tip and count that as your balancing act.
Nice.
Squawk! Goddamn!
I didn't really have any reason to be up here, but now I am.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate it if everyone noticed.
You've been a cat for a while, obviously.
Yeah, I was just thinking like, man, this is some real ass roleplay.
I'm getting the hang of this.
Would you like a drinking container to just randomly push off of something?
Oh, I love that.
I'll see what I can do.
Man, that sounds great.
Oh, I literally just saw the horse photo.
What the hell were you laughing at before then?
Oh, I thought Joe had cursed you instead of Rick for charging forward recklessly.
No.
That's why I was like, oh, that's fun, because Joe didn't even realize he had made that whoopsie. Wow. Well, folks who are listening to this, be sure to check the Facebook
Oh,
Authors
Jesus
and Dragons
Christ.
page for this. Make sure you're a listener who's over 18 before you I'm just going to cover our ass on that one.
There's nothing bad about that photo.
Oh my God.
Or that
You got
drawing.
Oh, no.
Fucking hell.
If that was a photo, we would be arrested.
Bo Jackoff Horseman.
Man, you're nailing them tonight,
See,
Drew.
I keep Slack closed while we're playing.
I'm in a weird zone.
Jesus fuck.
So, Brandon, was that all on one movement, or do you have an action left?
That was all on one movement, I guess. Can be bothered to make a perception check. I'll just be ready to see what happens when one of these guys tumbles into that depression.
I'm just picturing you, like, staring up at the sun, just kind of blinking lazily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not in a hurry. These guys seem to have got it covered.
All right.
I'm here if they need me.
Stallion of the Gods, you should have more than enough movement, so just don't natural one this athletics, and you should be fine.
I'll save you, Brandon, you oiled up sinful bastard.
Oh god, the sand is gonna stick to all that oil like nobody's business.
16.
Oh yeah. That's plenty to get over and get down into the pit.
I will dive into the
with your
pit.
movement. Woo!
The plus side of it is my body is going to be super exfoliated.
You are going to be moving at half speed within this pit because it is a dense thing of like sifting sand. Not like quicksand, but like sand enough that it's not packed and you are inconvenienced by it.
I'm inconvenienced by pretty much everything going on here, so...
It's a desert, man. They do kind of suck. What would you like to do now that you are in the pit?
Start digging.
All right. A horse is going to be digging.
All gonna die.
I almost thought to make you roll an animal handling check.
Yeah, but how many times should you have made Klaus roll an animal handling check over this island adventure?
Oh.
I just drew a picture of an animal handling check.
Yes, you did.
I'm going to say athletics for this one, because I feel like digging is pretty well in that strength athletics area.
25.
Okay, you begin shoveling sand around, and you manage to unearth a hunk of some sandy-colored material that was kind of partially obscured by the sand, but only a hunk.
Yay, I uncovered some sand in the sand.
Keep up, Silas. You'll get there eventually, wherever there is.
Bjorg!
Bjorg will also begin digging.
All right, you'll go over. You also are going to have to give me an athletics.
Okay.
We'll just do one. Just do one for your getting over and digging. Make it easy.
And that's a natural 20.
Well, goddamn. No, I wish I had, but I said what I said. So, Bjorg, you have like the last few feet that you're trying to climb up, and you're just like putting all your strength into your back legs. It's like the little rocks are skittering away, and then finally you hit purchase, and remember that you are barbarian strong, and you just launch your pig ass up over the lip. You fall
noises!
Yeah, you fall straight into that shifting sand and kerplow down, and as you're snorting and rootling about, you manage to cast off a substantial amount of sand, helping with Silas's efforts to make now a substantial part of whatever this thing is uncovered.
There's something down here, and it's not Brandon.
Are you sure?
Not really.
Appears to be more sand.
I have lost even more interest now.
Klaus.
Yeah, I'm just still watching the show.
Understandably so.
You're being very non-disruptive this evening.
I mean, no, they're being disruptive, and good
Wait
on
a
them.
minute. Are you drawing another horse jerking off?
No, I've done my
I don't
art.
believe you.
Listen. Normally, I would have gone up to the thing and just shot an arrow into the pit, but they're doing the dirty work for me, and I want to watch tentacles come up and drag them into the depths.
Fair enough.
And take a shot at it when it happens, but they're doing the Klaus work right now.
So Fandingo's going to fly over and perch on the lip where he can get a good vantage to look down, and then I'll cast Mage Hand and send my Mage Hand down to brush dirt off the thing.
All right. I don't think you have to roll anything for that. Your Mage Hand goes around and begins scooping at some sand.
I'm helping.
Brandon Thighmaster.
I'm not going to get down in there and start scraping around in the sand because
it'll make you have to
Two on the
shit.
nose.
Yeah,
Nobody needs you in this litter box.
there's only specific circumstances in which a cat would do that, and everybody's got enough problems as it is. I'll carry on watching.
Why are you giving me shit?
Have you met you?
Yeah, I'll just.
It's kind of what we do.
What are you doing, Bevan? You're just gonna sit there? I'm gonna sit there too.
On
I was just
brand.
pointing out that you're being unusually useful to the proceedings by not doing anything.
No, I drew a picture. What did you do?
That's a good point. I didn't draw a picture.
Uh-huh.
You have, in your own way, disrupted this entire game.
There you go. See, I did my part.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Balance has been restored. And speaking of causing disruptions, Rick, you're up.
All right, keep digging. 20 athletics.
All right. Let's see. You had 20. We had the nat 20. That is enough that you can mostly unearth this object. It's not really possible to fully unearth it within here just because the depth of the sand and everything. But enough that you have brought forth an image. And you know what? Everyone who is able to see into the crater can roll me a perception.
Am I high enough?
No, you are at 15 feet.
Okay.
You can't. You're in the lip of the crater's at 20.
Oh, all right, that's fine.
Am I high enough?
Yes, Brandon, you are on top of the obelisk, which is 40 feet high.
Cool. Brandon rolls a 16.
Stallion and Bjorg, you both get one too, because you're right in there with it.
Oh, because we might miss the thing that we're standing on.
Yes.
Silas rolls a 7.
I'm back to the have you met us.
I've done it.
That is a 14.
Okay. Bjorg, with your vantage point, you can kind of walk around enough to be like, hang on. I know this general shape. I've punched a lot of these. This is a head-ish shape. This might have been the head of something. And then Fandingo, you are distracted by, let's say Klaus made a noise that made you worried and you whipped around.
Covered my eyes.
Yeah,
With
Silas,
a wing.
you're too close to it. And Brandon, you have a great vantage point and you rolled the highest. So I will just unveil it for you. But for the listeners at home, there's not really a need to put a whole lot of spin on this when sometimes the simplest explanation is the best. So, big-ass demon skull.
Kill it!
Oh, shit.
Oh, dear.
You know what? If we hadn't pissed off those demon guys, we probably have now. I think we just dug up their dad or something.
Good.
Hey, Silas. I bet that's evil.
Well, you know what the opposite of pissing off a demon is?
Pissing on a demon?
Yes.
Jerking off an angel? Oh, no. So, all right. Yeah.
Well, Bjorg,
It's a demon skull.
technically you just know it's a skull.
Oh, it's a skull.
I was shot down. That's definitely a demon skull.
All right, now you know it's a demon skull.
I do.
Got an ominous feeling about this.
Well, should we keep digging? Because, I can't fight this.
That
Okay.
Wimp.
So that is not Brandon.
No.
Just for the record.
Definitely not me. I've got more skin than that. At least I hope so. Man, we really should find my body soon.
Bjorg, go ahead and give me a investigate.
All right.
Or investigation.
And that is, it's a 4.
All right. Klaus. Brandon has yelled about a demon skull, so it is now common knowledge.
I don't know. I'm thinking I might use Klaus's logic. And ooh, that's pretty scary looking. Well, I at least want to go take a look. I will scurry over that way. Yeah, I'll use a double move and try to get to the top of the lip.
Okay. I'm going to need athletics to see if you can retain your full speed or not.
Klaus rolls a 14.
For that, you can still make progress, but you're going to be moving at half speed. But only for the lip, so that 20 feet is 40 for you right now.
Alright, so I'm on it.
Yes.
Alright, I'll take a look next time.
All right. Fendingo. Now that Brandon has drawn your attention to it, yeah, it's definitely a demon skull.
But it's just a skull.
Looks to be just a skull.
Fuck it, I'll fly down and investigate the skull.
Okay. Roll me an investigation.
9!
Okay. With a 9, you can... You sniff around the skull. It's kind of the same color as the sand. It's got kind of a very similar eroded feel to the obelisks. You can find that you can easily scratch into it. It doesn't feel like especially strong. And yeah, that's all you get.
Do I have enough action left to scratch FTF on the demon skull's forehead?
Roll me a dexterity check.
8.
Okay, you make it through. You get F, you get T, and then you push a little too hard, and you accidentally crack your claw through and break a little piece of the brow off.
Maybe we should put the dirt back over this. Just saying.
Not yet.
Not yet. Klaus has got a plan.
Brandon Thighmaster.
Yeah, I'm going to make my concerns known. I don't think that demon guy was supposed to be on Animal Island. I think he maybe, just putting 2 and 2 together here, he might have been looking for whatever it is we've just dug up. So I am suddenly quite paranoid about other people bursting in on our little archaeological dig here. So I'm going to roll a perception just to keep an eye out from my vantage point. See if I can percept any potential threats. With a 9, probably not.
You percept that your butthole looks as if it needs a good tonguing.
It's very distracting, yeah.
Silas!
Yeah, that's a very good moment. So now in this delicate situation where tensions are high, Stallion of the Gods, it's your turn.
I used my movement action to take a shit in its eye socket.
Wow.
Beat me to the punch.
Bro, I'm right here.
I am disturbed.
Okay.
I am on the same page as Silas for once.
So I'm fine with that conceptually. I think it's going to be an action, not movement, to actively take a shit. That feels like a concentrated effort.
I'm just saying, if you shit on me, I am 100% acid splashing you on the dick.
What roll?
Well, I'm going to say I think it has to be... Okay, I tell you what. Constitution is the clear and away winner to me, I think. But you could also make an argument for medicine if it's trained.
It's not trained.
All right, then just raw Constitution.
All right. Gonna rod into the eye socket.
I'm gonna say 15. You're gonna have to do a 15 to shit on command. That's a hefty call. Oh
Nat
my god!
20.
God
Natural
damn
20.
it.
Natural 20 to shit in the demon's eye.
I am filling this
The only-
motherfucker up.
Slow clap.
The only upside to that is that with a nat 20, I probably don't get splash damage.
Klaus applauds you, sir.
Okay, so with a net 20, I'm gonna let you make a choice or two here. First off, is this a torpedo or is this a spray?
Torpedo.
This thing's this.
I put the S in pray.
We're putting a spray, and if I can spray paint Toreg on the inside of its skull,
Wow.
even better.
Wow.
Even natural 20s have limits, but yeah. So you basically pucker right up to the eye.
You had to use the word pucker.
You wedge your little horse butt into it, and you knock a little bit around the eye socket so you get like a perfect seal, and then you just paint that son of a bitch. Just
Go religion.
you guys can hear like these are long comedic vaudeville fart shit noises. As you just like you guys like has Silas shit since we've been on Animal Island?
No.
It's been
No.
saved up specifically for this.
Jesus. God. What the fuck did you eat?
And
Swear,
yeah, that will be Silas's action.
Try some fiber. God damn.
Bjork.
Genuinely torn about having Bjork just standing there in horror.
Yeah, it wouldn't be inappropriate. There is an odor in the air. There's no getting around
Oh,
that one.
gods. Ancestors. No. Yeah, I think there's nothing more fitting for Bjork to do than just sit there and stare in horror.
I reckon if we live through this, this is like down the line going to be a really inspirational fable in the Church of Toreg. I can see children being taught this in whatever the Toreg equivalent of Sunday school is.
Oh, God. Actually, one thing real quick. Bjorg,
Yeah.
give me a perception.
Oh, no. Alright.
You died. You see the ring.
After you're dead, you see the ring. That's a 14.
Okay. Klaus, you are up.
Alright, I want to see how much movement it's going to take me to get to the top of this lip. Can I... Well,
Athletics.
Alright. Klaus rolls a 12.
Yeah, you're still going to be moving at half speed.
I move 30 feet to get to the lip. Half movement up it would be another 15 feet. And how high is the lip?
20. So
Alright,
you got
so
5 feet left.
5 feet.
So 10 feet of movement.
Alright, that gets me to the skull.
All right. Would you like to roll an investigate?
What's there to investigate? There's a horse shitting in the eye socket.
If I investigate, is that going to keep me from using my action to pee on it?
I'll let you get the pee in for free. You can just. I'm just gonna assume you're investigating as you're pissing.
Wow.
Alright. I just want to say I intended to do this before Silas did his thing. I'm not a copycat, You've seen, you've listened
We
to
believe
like
you.
130 episodes of this. All right, I'm just saying. All right, perception.
No.
17.
We believe you.
It's a nice perception, but investigation.
16.
Okay. So Klaus, as you're peeing, you notice the same thing, that the bone kind of crumbles very easily.
Holy shit, that's some pee.
Yeah, it's Fandango accidentally cracked it scratching. It's very, very brittle. But with your investigation, you will notice two things. One, the area that Fandango cracked actually appears as though there's kind of sand running through it, and it has formed back over. And two, God help you all, you catch a glint of something metallic inside the skull. Yes, inside the skull.
That you
Go
just
for
shit
it.
all over the inside of.
Yeah, it's a glimmer in the sunlight, surrounded by shit.
All right, I'm a little unclear as to that first thing. The sand is like healing the bones, or
Yeah, it kind of looks like the sand is just kind of naturally filling in the spots that Fandango had etched out, including the chip on the eyebrow as well.
All right, well, I'm out of movement. Fandango, you better go in there and investigate that glimmer of metal I saw.
I'm really glad I didn't go in that basement.
Cast a dirty mage hand.
I would like to remind everybody that I was making you roll investigations before Silas shit in his skull, lest anyone think I'm taking advantage. All right, Fandango, what you gonna do?
So in the eye socket that isn't full of horse's ass and shit, can I see straight through to the back area? Can I get to where I can see this glint that Klaus is talking about?
If you sit in the eye socket, you can look through the skull and roll a... We'll give you a perception with... or an investigation with advantage.
All right.
Or no, perception with advantage, because now you're not looking... You know it exists. You're just looking for it. So, different things. That said, I am going to need a Constitution save.
Yeah.
It's not a high one, but you know why.
19 for the Constitution save to not puke. And then 23 for perception.
Yes, you can see the metallic glint inside the skull.
I can see the shiny thing, and if you guys will stop putting gross fucking substances in the skull, I'll mage hand it out in a second.
Pretend it's a piece of corn.
Well, then dive the fuck back in there, Mr. Ed. You're the goddamn herbivore. Because, I mean, my action was the perception check, so...
For all we know, Silas might have shat that thing in there.
All the more reason to not use my fucking hands.
Of all the times for a nat 20. All right, Brandon Thighmaster.
I'm not getting involved in this. I'll skip my turn, thank you.
You know what? I respect
Discretion is the better part of valor.
I'm just gonna pretend I'm not seeing it. All right, Stallion, you are empty, man. You are hungry, if we're being honest.
Turn around to the demon skull. Yeah, who's full of shit now?
Still you.
And then I'll start bashing in the brow since it looks pretty fragile.
Okay. Roll me. You're a quadruped, but you are on that. Roll me a dex save with advantage.
23.
Okay. You're fine. You headbutt the skull on the brow, and you easily cave in the section that you smash. It caves so easily that you tilt forward a little bit, but you are a quadruped, and you had good dexterity, so you do not accidentally go tumbling in from the force of the blow.
As if that really would have bothered Silas.
Well, the smell probably would have bothered the party. All right, Bjorg.
Yeah. Still horrified. I guess I can percept to see what the thing is.
Yeah, you can always just sort of percept, see if there's anything going around. There is, Klaus caught something interesting that he has yet to share with the party, so...
What did you find, Klaus?
I mentioned the glint.
Yeah, you did, but that wasn't
I
it.
told Fandango to go get it, and
Sorry, Bjorg, you don't know what you don't know, so
right.
you're going to have to make your own perception check.
Okay, perception rolling now. And that is a natural 1, so...
Yeah, we're going to say that based on what Silas has just done, you turned and looked exactly away from the skull.
Yeah, no, nothing there.
Smart.
Just...
Yep.
Turning that snout in the exact opposite direction.
Turn that snout inside out.
All right, Klaus.
all right. Klaus's curiosity has got the better of him. I'm gonna go find the shiny thing.
I'm going to need a Constitution save for you, bud, but, in all honesty, I think you should have advantage for this.
All right.
Just, the listeners know why.
Yeah.
You've earned it.
Yeah.
It's an inspiration point for consistent role play over 5 years.
Agreed.
Klaus rolls at 15.
All right.
No, that's an 18 because you're within 10 feet of me.
That's a 9 because you're within 10 feet of him.
God, he's within 10 feet of so much of you. Yeah, 18 is fine. You don't throw up. You don't pass out. You are able to run in and grab the shiny thing and run out if you would like.
I found my shining thing.
Yep. And Klaus, why don't you go ahead and give me a intelligence check to see if you can figure out what it is as you're knocking sand and etc. off.
Klaus, what was it for?
No, it's still a little too caked on in multiple capacities for you to discern quite what this is.
Well, I'll go rub some
Fendingo.
sand on it. Yeah, all right.
Would you like to take an intelligence check?
Sure, I was going to mage hand and kind of scrub it in the sand to try and clean it up a little first.
Sure, go for it.
All right. So yeah, I cast mage hand, and if Klaus could carry it out, then it's going to weigh less than 10 pounds. So,
Oh yeah, it's not very heavy.
All right, so I'll scrub it and use the mage hand to knock the gross off, and then I'll make an intelligence check.
You knock as much of the gross off as can be easily knocked off. Silas can't paint the interior of a skull without there's some viscosity to that product.
That's a 13.
Okay, 13 is fine. It is not a very difficult one, especially now that y'all have cleaned it up a little bit. But, well, it's a whistle.
Who wants to put it in their mouth?
Yeah, that was sort of my thought once I realized what you were doing.
I don't think any of us can have lips again until we finish a long rest.
Does anyone have the cleanse spell?
Nope.
I think Silas just used it on his bowels, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, everybody except Fandingo basically has, like, a mouth. So you could... It's not like a complex whistle. You could make it work if you chose to. It's not a hurdle I expected to be as part of it, but by God, here we are.
Yeah, you all got mouths, I say, passing my turn up.
You have a butthole that could blow through it.
Silas, you have lips. Here.
That I do.
Blow this whistle covered in your own excrement.
Please.
It's not covered anymore, but it is definitely still tainted.
I haven't done worse than the last like day and a half. I'll give it a blow.
Okay.
More points of respect for Silas.
There's an episode title.
Yup.
Silas blows the shit whistle. And you all are animals, so you can make out that it does kind of let out a tone that you can all sort of hear, but you definitely don't get the feeling that whatever is meant to hear it is any of you guys.
Was the
Is there any
tone?
spray?
It was a brown note.
But after a second, you do hear the sound of wings. And I think that is where we're going to cut off the game part of the episode tonight, right after Silas blew a shit whistle. But don't worry, we are not done for the evening. As you know, we have been running a live blog over at facebook.com/authorsanddragons, where we are now taking your questions to end the episode with. But before that, the folks on the Discord associated with the Patreon that we already plugged at the top of the episode, they get to jump the line because that's pretty much how a Patreon works. All right, with all that vamping, Rick, are you ready with our first of the Discord questions?
All right. Well, here's a topical one for tonight's game. Our friend Danzig1520 asks, who do you think would make a worse impression on people they just met? Klaus, Silas, or Jorcerer the Sorcerer?
I gotta say I'm neck and neck between Klaus and Silas, and the reason is because Klaus is horrible, but it's not immediately obvious. You could meet Klaus and just think that guy is a little weird, whereas Silas is immediately gonna start screaming at you about Torag.
Yeah, first impression really gives Silas the edge in awfulness, because he comes out of the gate.
Yeah, that's...
Klaus might be trying to steal your gold and, like, low playing it at first.
Or, Klaus might be trying to do many things, but, he does not come on as strong and as immediate as Silas.
Yeah, Silas is knocking on your front door with pamphlets in hand. And
Yeah, Silas seeks you out.
And honestly, Jorcerer is weird and kind of jolly, so you don't immediately get into, oh god, unless
you look below the waist.
Now, well, also, once the guy starts preaching religion at you, you're like, bring back the guy that was just trying to molest me.
Wow.
I mean, I think that Silas has gotten us thrown out of more places and enraged more populaces against us than Klaus by a long shot.
Silas is a lot more invested in it, whereas Klaus is quite self-centered. He might do something foul and disgusting, but he's not really considering other people in that action. It's not personal.
That's because there are never any other people involved in his action.
Yeah. So Klaus is an asshole more by, like, circumstance of the things he's trying to do, whereas Silas, the intent is kind of to be the asshole.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's the difference between your drunken uncle and your racist uncle.
That is a very good
It's cute that you think those are different uncles.
Jorcerer the Sorcerer hasn't been played out enough to really get a feel
we don't have a good handle on Jorcerer.
Yeah, I'm sure he will have plenty of chance to shine.
Yeah.
Ask this question again in 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a good point. I mean, we haven't had a full description of the character yet. We don't know if he's naked from the waist down. But now that you say that, it seems very
we have a
likely
picture, and
is.
you can see below the waist in the picture.
I just figured he's wearing a giant red nightgown.
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of what a wizard's robes are, to be fair.
I just assumed it stopped at, like, Winnie the Pooh sort of level.
What did you think that little bulge was at the bottom?
Well,
I'm going to have to look at the artwork again.
I'm going to make it a point not to look at the outline. All right.
next question.
Our friend Aaron/Tiggy asks, what's your guilty pleasure song? What do you jam out to when no one's around?
Well,
Kind of too old for guilt.
First of all, yeah, I don't really believe in guilty pleasure. I think, especially these days. But I fucking love "Running" by Adam Lambert. It's a great song. It slaps.
Great voice.
He really does.
A couple of weeks ago, I think Steve brought up "Smell Yo Dick," and I jammed out to that for the rest of the night.
What?
See? It's perfectly possible to have a guilty pleasure.
What the literal fuck?
That's like 10 years old, John.
I'm like almost 50.
Catch up with the internet, man.
Well done for avoiding it.
I was old when that was new.
God, I'm trying to think. Looks like one I've been playing a lot for my walks and runs has been the opening from Fire Force called Inferno, which is a great anime, and also that opening theme fucking rules.
Wasn't that like second season or something?
No, first one.
First one?
Yep.
Second half of the season, though, right?
It's like I got it from watching the first episode.
Yeah, I'm getting way too.
I would jam the fuck out to the My Hero Academia soundtrack. Oh, that's
also a good one.
The score is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, the One Punch Man opening. You can make a great workout mix just from fucking anime openings.
I mean, probably if there's anything that most people would consider a guilty pleasure, it's Taylor Swift. But I like Taylor Swift, so I don't feel any fucking guilt over it.
Yeah, the sales charts would probably disagree with you on that one, John.
Yeah. Yeah, like
I don't think I'm her target demographic, but I
You
think
got tears
she's
in
a
a
good
heart, don't
songwriter.
you?
She's good.
Huh? Yeah.
I enjoy Taylor.
Oh, yeah,
Taylor
she's
Swift quite a lot.
outstanding. I mean, she's been singing and songwriting since she was like a child. Like, so yeah. The woman is very good at her craft.
There's a couple of, I think, I was watching the music video for Blank Space the other day, and I remember thinking, this is fucking art. It's a really good. I mean, it's a good song, and it's a really good video.
Yeah, it is. Actually, all the videos off that album are really good. Bad Blood is a killer fucking video.
Okay, I haven't seen that one. I'll have to watch it.
There are multiple professional wrestlers in that video.
Sweet.
Yeah. And multiple supermodels. They are not the same people. Just to clarify.
I was going to say, I don't really have a guilty pleasure song, but I will get like bands and songs stuck in my head, and I got to then just work my way through them. Like, for some reason, the last week I've been on a Talking Heads kick.
I mean,
I'm always on a Talking Heads kick.
David Byrne's a genius. All right, well, I know what I'm listening to when we're done.
You're welcome.
Yeah, guilty pleasure wise, I just tend to like pick and choose my music now. That's kind of like the wonder of the internet. But I think everybody who was present on the last Power Hour we did on the Patreon is familiar with my ambition to one day start an 80s cartoon heavy metal cover band. I could rock out to my hypothetical hair metal version of the He-Man theme tune any day. Doesn't exist except for in my head.
I have wanted an excuse to buy and learn to play bass. So, if you start this shitty 80s metal cartoon cover band, let me know.
Well, I was going to play bass, but it does sound like the kind of band that can have probably 3 bassists. So,
I mean, I don't plan on being any good.
oh, that's fun. Neither did I.
Yeah, less Claypool we ain't.
The hair metal, heavy metal version of the He-Man theme tune that doesn't exist is my guilty pleasure. An obscure one for you there.
You need to make that happen.
Ah, seriously.
Actualize your art, Steve. Actualize it.
God, I just had this image of Joe going batshit on a drum kit, like Animal from the fucking Muppets show.
It's hilarious because I'm shitty on drums. I'm actually a guitar player.
See? Perfect. Steve and I plan to be shitty bass players.
That'd be fun to go apeshit on a drum set, though. It would probably end up destroyed.
I could be shitty at any instrument if you need me.
This band idea is already working out.
We'll put Rick on the whistle.
I want it washed first.
All right, Joe, why don't we mosey on over to Facebook and see what questions those folks have been posing.
All right. Let's go back up. Our friend Michaela says, how many of you have a little blue graphite spot under your skin from being stabbed with a pencil as a kid? Where is it, and what's the story?
I do not.
Everyone's been stabbed by a pencil.
Didn't know that was a thing.
No,
I've been stabbed by a pencil, but I don't have little blue graphite spots. Or if I do, I don't remember where they are, and they're covered with tattoos.
I have a piece of mechanical pencil lead that got stabbed into my index finger on my right hand when I think I was actually in college when it happened, and basically I was never able to get it out, and the skin healed over it, and now there's just a tiny little piece of pencil lead stuck in my skin.
Yeah, there you go. I've got, I think mine was on my ankle, which tends to, get a lot of wear and tear, so I think the little grey dot I used to have is probably gone by now, but that's from when my sister stabbed me in the ankle with a pencil. Because, I can't remember why she did it. I assume she had a good reason for doing so.
Because she's your sister.
Must have had a good reason for stabbing me in the leg. I'm sure you had.
Yeah, stabbed in the ankle with a pencil. Whenever I see that scene in the Evil Dead movie, I always get a little bit of twinge of empathy.
No one else has pencil lead in their bodies?
Not to my knowledge.
No.
Well,
All right. Our friend Melanie asks, well, we know what your characters would be if they were an animal. What kind of animal do you think you would be, and why?
Do we think we would be, or that we would want to be? Because those might be very different answers.
I have no idea. However we want to run with this.
I think what we really would be is
It's
probably
funnier.
the more entertaining aspect, yeah. I know mine. It's dog. I'm big. I'm loud. I
Yeah.
bound into shit. I don't notice. I'm excitable. It's dog.
Yeah. You're like an overgrown boxer.
I often get that or lab. Because they have the big tails that they swing around and knock shit over without noticing.
Yeah, I could totally see you as a golden, too.
I'd be like a spider monkey.
Spider monkey?
Monkey.
Yeah, I'd just like jerk off a bunch and throw my shit everywhere. Is that what they do?
Strong case. You make a strong case.
I figure I'm a house cat. I lie around. I make smartass comments. I'm kind of a dick. I knock shit over.
I've never heard a cat make a smart-ass comment.
That's because I've been muting my mic all goddamn episode while this fucking cat comes in here. Trust me, he's been editorializing after every fucking thing I say.
Well, if you listen to my reader comments about the speed at which I edit, I'm sure I would be a sloth.
I am probably a bear, but not like a cool grizzly bear. I am probably like a brown bear. I mean, generally speaking, I should not be messed with, but at the same time, I would prefer to wander around the woods, avoid loud noises, climb a tree and eat something, and sleep through the winter.
Wait, aren't brown bears grizzly bears?
Maybe I'm the black bear. Black bear, that's my bad.
Yeah.
Nah, there are brown bears that aren't grizzly bears.
I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of blac bear, though.
The little cuddlier versions.
Racist.
God damn it. We've actually got lots of them. We've got lots of basically all variety of bears around here, except like the straight up giant Kodiaks.
Yeah, you really only get one of those about every 100 square miles. They eat fucking everything else.
Yeah.
I would probably be a koala bear because I have chlamydia.
and you would try to rip our faces off.
I couldn't think of an interesting animal, but I could think of an STD joke, so there we go.
Yeah. Our friend Matt says, after many years of A&D, has this experience altered the way you now write compared to before hanging out with this group of, quote, adventurers, end quote?
I don't know if it's after many years of A&D or after the last 5 years of churning out close to 500,000 words a year. I mean, they kind of go together.
It hasn't made me write any faster.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like, oh, I should be writing, but it's time to fucking record now.
So it's made Bob procrastinate better.
Yeah.
I'll say, having read like something from like everybody here, it obviously makes me want to do better.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. You know, I will say Shingles has definitely influenced my writing a little bit because I'd never really tackled condensed stories like that. I've always either done the big sprawl or, something real short like a blog blip one, but, actually having to do novellas forced me to kind of learn some different writing tactics, focusing in, kind of folding the story in on itself so you can do more with less time. I think taking on the projects that we've taken on has led to opportunities for growth, for sure.
I mean, Steve's learned to write entire new mediums from this bullshit.
Yeah.
That is a good point, yeah. Yeah, the comic book. I've never wrote a comic book before or attempted to do so. I never wrote a story about a mostly nude monk before starting this podcast. Never even crossed my mind to do that.
Well, let's not lie, Steve.
No, I guess I've been with this podcast almost as long as I've been into self-publishing, so I've learned a lot, and it would be impossible not for my interactions with the other writers and with the podcast medium itself not to have influenced how I write. So, yeah, quite a lot, I'd say. And also, I'd second Bevan's I'd say the podcast does kind of channel a lot of my sort of creative energy. So,
Well, even more than that. I mean, I tell you should write more, but you're doing stuff beyond recording. That is tangentially involved in the podcast. You're writing scripts and shit and comic books, and it's taking away from your book writing, perhaps even more than it is from mine.
but it is, pushing creative exploration.
I'm not saying that's a
in
bad
other
thing.
areas.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
Let's see here. Our friend Zachary says, when will you give us the ability to buy action figures?
Poof, you have the ability to buy action figures. Get there.
I tell you what,
Yeah.
as soon as Mattel lets us load our own shit and like sell you A&D action figures without having to spend a couple million on injection molding and everything, we are on that. We are on that shit that day.
I always looking into like cool merch things we could do, and whenever I get a quote, it's like, yeah, we can do that for you. How many tens of thousands would you like? Like, well, I don't want to just live in a house made of A&D action figures. So
That's our next publicity stunt.
could you just give me a few hundred? No, only millions.
Steve is the king of the A&D action figures, living in a house, sitting in a throne.
It's like there was a price break at millions, and now this is my life. The A&D audience isn't like huge. Like, it's probably, palm off a couple of thousand Brandon Firemaster action figures, but then I still have to explain to people why I have like 999,000 mostly naked little dolls in my living room. So I don't know. It seems like potentially the way I go insane.
To a similar point, I occasionally have to explain to my daughter's friends why there's this naked guy on my refrigerator in the garage.
That's got nothing to do with the podcast.
It does. It's the Brandon Thighmaster poster.
I thought you
Not
just
me.
had some random dude.
Oh, no. All right. I thought you were just talking about me. All right.
Yeah.
No.
Not that poster.
Nobody talks bad about Chad.
Yeah. There have been several teenage girls that say, oh, my God.
Why do you have a picture of John Hamm getting out of a swimming pool? Oh, and also some drawing.
Don't worry, ladies. He's celibate. It's safe.
It says that right there on the poster.
Yeah.
All right, I think that takes care of us for this week. Yo,
Just one more thing before we go. For those of you who've been following along with the Calamity Jane's adventures, you can now look them up on TeePublic for original merch, and you can find more information about that on our Facebook at facebook.com/authors and dragons.
which you're definitely going to want to go check out to go see that horse photo. So while you're there, pick up some merch. Don't worry, that photo will not be on it. Or maybe it will. I don't know. Leave a comment if that's what you want. This is pretty much how commerce works. Anyway, we will be back next week with an episode of SideQuest, and then in 2 weeks with another game of Authors and Dragons. Until then, bye.
Bye.
All the potential merch I've created.
Authors and Dragons is brought to you under a Creative Commons license, meaning you are free to share this material so long as credit is given to those who created it, which is us, the people you just heard play the game. Opening and closing themes performed by the Gore Core 4.
Authors and Dragons! Authors and Dragons!
Wait a minute, are you drawing another horse jerking off?